These are burning questions I've written down over the last couple of weeks. I knew there was going to be a day where I wanted to ask these. One of them popped up yesterday. So this is just general discussion for the show.
I hope my computer don't die during this because I want to do this too.
Oh, okay, good. Well, you can still talk. We just won't see your ass. Yesterday, I was driving to work. I kind of glanced to my right. I was stopped at a stoplight. I noticed a very attractive woman in the car next to me. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
She rolls her window down. And now my heart starts to beat because I'm like, you're a married man. You're a married man. You can't talk to this one. She rolls her window down and proceeds to hawk up the nastiest, juiciest loogie I've ever heard in my life and spit it out the car window onto the ground. And I'm like,
it's a man.
You're done. Like, I don't care how beautiful you are. Never. Like a hardcore deal breaker. So my question to you is, beautiful woman. I mean, like smoking hot woman. It could be your wife. It could be anybody. What's the deal breaker? What can't
hairy
she
legs.
Hairy legs are a deal breaker.
Hairy legs are a deal breaker. Spitting, I'm fine with that. I don't
really
care about that.
No, because it wasn't like a. It was like.
Hey, she might have been. Hey, she might have some sinus issues dropping out with the pollen or whatever there.
Yeah,
I'll
you
let that
can-
slide.
Dude, I
But
could.
Fix that.
hairy legs or hairy armpits or something like that.
I think I'm gonna go on a little more of the serious route because some of that stuff I don't want to say deal with, but baby, take a razor to the legs and to the what's his name.
You can shave her legs while she sleeps like a fucking creep.
Like y'all can no longer see me now. You can only hear me.
Oh, we can hear B Dog. I can't see him.
For me, bad character, bad attitude. I cannot stand women who have bad attitude. Even if you're beautiful, if you have a bad attitude and you're mean, I can't deal with you.
Okay.
Bad character too.
It's funny that you say that. I went out with this one girl one time, beautiful girl, right? And she was talking bad about the waiter and the host. Like,
I was just gonna say that.
I'm like looking at her like, okay, who are you? And it's when people are not nice and they think they're too good.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started, we were sitting in a booth and there was a mirror and she was checking herself out in the mirror, kept like doing stuff like, I'm like, I was like, check, got the check, walked out, and never spoke to her again. I literally left her at the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, never talked to her again.
Self-obsessed.
Because I don't like rude people.
Yeah, self-obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of a girl who thinks farts are funny. Now, I think farts are hilarious. Don't get me wrong, but like, there was a girl I dated in college who thought it was the funniest thing in the world to just rip them. And I'm like, girl, you're nice, you're sweet, you're really good looking. I cannot deal with you ripping farts like a man.
Rob, can I be honest about something? No, I will say this. And I do get what you're saying because, when they stink, they stink. But
and if they sneak out, that's fine. She would like pick a leg up and just like rip them. And I'm like, no.
It's a man. No, what I'm saying is, it's like I will say on the other end of that, because there are some women who don't want to fart around you, and some women say, "Oh, I don't spray. I don't even sweat. I sprinkle. I spark." I'm like, look, some of these things are just, it humanizes like really pretty women, and sometimes that's attractive when it's like they're not so prissy all the time.
Oh, I don't need to be prissy,
right?
I just don't need you ripping a fart, like a man. I don't need you ripping a fart.
When they get comfortable around you, they rip the fart.
All right. There's a new season of The Amazing Race that my wife and I watched. The Amazing Race. I think The Amazing Race is awesome. I've said to her 100 times, if you and I went on The Amazing Race together, we would be divorced because I cannot stand being late or being lost. And that is pretty much the whole definition of The Amazing Race. You're late and you're lost all the time. If you had to go on The Amazing Race, you're going on. They invite Robert Horry. They invite Brandon Harper on The Amazing Race. Who are you going with? Are you taking your wife and rolling those dice?
Oh, hell no.
No chance, right?
No,
I'm not taking my lady.
She already knows that I won't take her because she's forever late. She can't be on time. And She thinks she's smarter than me. So no.
Well, that could be. I can't speak to that. I mean, she might be right, but it would ruin my marriage. I can only speak to my marriage. It would ruin my marriage, and I love my wife to death, but I can't. No, I would we'd fight the whole time.
I was supposed to do the Amazing Race.
Were you really?
Yes.
Really?
Me and Rick Fox was supposed to do the Amazing Race together. And then they found out, oh shit, he's Canadian. We couldn't do it because he was Canadian. And they asked me, is there anybody else you was going to do it? And I said, okay, who would I do it with on the team? And it had to be a team. I was like, I said, Shaq too fucking big. Kobe won't do it.
Yeah, Shaq's too slow, man. He ain't going any fucking sleeping in every leg.
I said, okay. I said, maybe AC Green. Then I was like, nah, he too corny. I love AC.
Wait a minute. I didn't know why wouldn't they let Rick do the race because he's Canadian? What does that have to do with anything?
For some reason, you have to be American. He was Canadian. I don't know if the rules were changed, but he couldn't do it because he was Canadian.
So wild to me. I've never heard that before.
I never heard that either.
Okay.
I know. It was weird.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even do it. Like,
you do your brother, right?
No. Oh, you talking to me? Or you talking
I was talking to Harper.
Oh, would I do it with my brother?
Yeah. I think you and your brother could probably make that work, right? Y'all don't fight much.
Well, we don't
brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers, but we grew up fighting. We don't fight much more because we probably need to talk more than what we usually do now. We don't talk a whole lot right now, but we probably could because we're older, a little bit more mature. We probably could work it out, but
whoever I took with me, they have to speak a foreign language because some of these places you need some.
You have to
speak Spanish.
at the very least.
Would you all do like an escape room with your wives?
Yeah, that I could probably do.
I don't think I can do that.
No, I could do that because my wife's real smart. My wife's good at puzzles.
Okay.
So she would just tell me to sit down in the corner and she would figure it out. And I'd just be on my phone the whole time. What are you doing? I'm watching YouTube videos.
Rob, could you do it?
Yeah, escape room I do it because I know it's not, anything on the line. You know what I mean?
And it's 1 hour.
Yeah.
It ain't weeks and weeks of racing around the globe.
Exactly.
True.
All right. I was posed this question on social media the other day. Super interesting question. Didn't even know how to answer it. You're offered $2 million to sing any song. The condition is you cannot miss a single word. What song do you think?
Oh, this is easy for me.
You can't miss a word.
I know this.
What is your song?
Never Too Much by Luther Vandross.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
It's
word for word.
Never too much. It's too many fast just jumping off.
No, but I know the song well enough to where I know, where the verse starts and where the chorus is and everything like that.
To me, it'll be Prince. She's always in my hair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, Prince songs I know.
Of all the Prince songs, that is not the one that I thought you would have. Okay. Interesting.
You might as well give me that.
It could be Darling Nikki, Prince or Darling Nikki. I mean, Darling Nikki or She's Always in My Hair. I know those two songs. I could just go off the top of my head probably right now and do the whole She's Always in My Hair song.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
When I was in middle school, I memorized every word to Bust a Move by Young MC. I think if I had to pick a song, I could probably pull out every word to Bust a Move by Young MC.
What's my girlfriend name? I don't even know it. From The Proposal.
Your wife?
Wow. What's her name? I call her my girlfriend. What's her name? Really pretty girl, Wildcat. They called her Wildcat in the movie where she was driving the bus. Speed. What's her name?
Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. She knows that whole hip hop to the hip to the hip.
Rapper's Delight.
Yeah,
Rapper's Delight. Yeah. I used to be able to do a lot of that song too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was privy to a debate over the weekend. We got 2 more questions. We'll wrap it up.
You sure it's not Ice Ice Baby you would do?
You are in my brain. I could probably pull off Ice Ice Baby. I'm not even lying. The 2 songs when I was in middle school, I knew every fucking word.
I knew you knew that song.
Ice Ice Baby and Bust a Move by Young MC. I could probably pull both of them. I was privy to a wild debate over the weekend, and I didn't even know how to answer this one either. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Yes.
It's meat between bread. Is it
Correct.
not a sandwich?
Then why do they call it a sandwich then?
because just like you guys call a hoagie, you call a foot long. They just have different terminologies for it. So it's just,
A hot dog is not a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
It is. You say it is, but Harper says it isn't.
Yeah.
This is the best I got on this. Ready? A hot dog can still exist without the bread, right? Like you could still, I mean, you're a toddler if you eat a hot dog without the bread, but it's still a hot dog. You take the meat off a sandwich, it's no longer a sandwich. So hot dog can exist outside of the bread. Therefore, I'm going to say not a sandwich. That's my argument.
Ta-da!
I know it's the best I got. No. That's the best I got.
A hot dog can exist outside the bun, but once it goes into the bun, the hot dog is between bread, so it becomes a sandwich.
Becomes a sandwich.
Yes.
Okay, so a hot dog is a hot dog outside of the bun, but once it's in the bun,
I say it's hot dog.
A sandwich.
The meat is a hot dog.
Okay. You have a good point. See, I don't know if this has a right answer.
Bread makes a sandwich.
Can you put ketchup on a hot dog?
Hell yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was almost run out of South Florida for saying I put ketchup on a hot dog. You're not supposed to ever put ketchup on a hot dog.
Ketchup, mustard, mayo.
Yeah, I'm not a big...
Hold on, wait. Mayo?
No, nope. Don't nobody put mayo on a hot dog.
No, you take the ketchup and you mix the mayo together. The ketchup and the mayo together, then you put it on your hot dog.
Oh my God.
You just don't put mayo on it like that. You have to take the ketchup and mix it with the mayo.
Well, now I know why you think it's a sandwich. You put fucking mayonnaise on it.
It's a spread.
On a hot dog?
No.
So you two probably put sugar on your grits, so stop it.
I put salt.
Okay.
I'm not a big grits guy. I'm more of a hash browns guy. I'm more of a hash browns guy. Give me a good hash brown. Some soggy ass grits.
Grits are not the same thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If you give me a choice of grits or hash browns, I'm going hash browns.
But what if you can just have both? Because it's never an either or. If the options are there.
I'm not a grits guy. I grew up in New Jersey. They don't serve grits in New Jersey.
Probably cream of wheat guy.
They do porridge.
Porridge. Thank you. Yeah, no, you're right though. I'm Quaker Oats. I'm the fucking white guy in the hat. Like, all right. Last question. Bet your paycheck on the game this weekend. Georgia, Tennessee.
Ooh, my paycheck.
Your paycheck this week. You got to pick a winner.
Georgia just Tennessee. Lost their best pass rusher for the rest of the season.
Nolan Smith is out.
Yep. If I got to bet my paycheck, I'm gonna say Georgia because
I'm putting it on Tennessee. Tennessee's. The only reason I say that because
says the Alabama fan who lost to Tennessee.
Hey, Tennessee don't give a fuck, man. They just throw that bitch. And when you throw the ball like they do, and then you got a quarterback who can
run the ball real well. Yeah.
Yes, it's like you think about Georgia, their defense just got they lost the best defensive player. And Hooks, he 25 years old, 23 years old. I know the Georgia. This is the old man bowl coming this weekend. Quarterback for Georgia is 25.
Stetson versus exactly.
Yeah, Hooker's 23. It's like, God damn, dude, they older than half the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So, but I just like Tennessee's offense is pretty damn good. I don't think Georgia's defense, they pass rush defense is good enough to.
Well, they can never get up the quarterback, but I do think. When it comes to next man up, Georgia has been one of the better teams in the nation when it comes to losing guys and having their next guy step in. As a unit, they've been pretty good. And look, I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it go either way, but I do think that I worry about Tennessee's defense, which is it was non-existent versus Alabama. Yeah. Non-existent versus Alabama.
A lot of people are non-existent versus Alabama.
You're right, but you're talking about going into the defending national champions building. You're the number one team in the nation, and defense.
Road game for Tennessee is the only thing that's got me a little bit leaning toward Georgia here. I mean, Tennessee's great, but that building is going to be loud.
Yeah,
that's going to be a loud.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee beat Georgia. I wouldn't be surprised. Just the way they've been playing, but I'm leaning more towards Georgia.
Well, we'll see how it shakes out. Tennessee beat Alabama. That's all that really matters.
Now, in a way, I would like for Georgia to I think if Georgia lost, then it shakes up a lot of different things because now you got an undefeated Tennessee who could probably be representing now Georgia's hoping Tennessee loses at some point.
Here you go. Ready? Tennessee beats Georgia. You get Tennessee-Alabama rematch in the SEC championship game. Alabama beats Tennessee. Yeah. And you've got one loss Georgia, one loss Alabama, and one loss Tennessee in the SEC.
The whole country pissed right now.
Everybody loses their mind. All right, man.
I'll see y'all next week.
All right, yeah, I'll holler at you. Yeah, sorry, my Wednesdays have been a little wild the last couple weeks.
Dude, hey, it's the season I'm sitting around doing nothing.
Oh, you had a job now. Shit.
I work nights.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a stripper. I work nights.
You whore.
Bro, you are the tallest stripper in the world.
Coming to the main stage is
And-
Robert
and-
Horry.
and the tallest and least attractive.
Ah, damn, man.
All right, well, the last
Hey.
burning question. What's your stripper walkout song?
About my
They
stripper.
fire that shit up. You're coming
don't
on
know.
the coat of the main stage. Give it up for Robert Horry.
Nah, his name's got to be something different. It's probably like rings and things.